Joining me today is John from Arts. First off, please excuse any background noise that might be happening. We're working on some really cool projects on the nursery. So when that's all done and said, you got to come by and have a look, but we might hear some beeping and noise going on. Anyway, today what I'm going to be teaching you how to do, we're doing our tutorial on how to make the Dr. Seuss tree. These kits are going to be available in our take and make, and so you can order these online, or you can also come by the nursery and pick them up. The materials that we're going to need for this, I've all got laid out. It's going to be included in your kit, and we'll go through them as we use them for the video. So the first thing we got is this piece of fabric. We're going to give it a fold it like that, so you got two little ears. We're going to take our tree, which is in this case a lemon cypress, so you get that gorgeous lemon fragrance in your house as well. Just remember that we have tied up this tree, and at the end of the season we want to make sure that we're cutting off all the wire that we're going to add to this, so that it can open back up again and get lots of air circulation. These guys need lots of water too, so make sure that you don't let it dry out, or it will not recover from that. Alright, so we're going to lay it down, and then we're just going to wrap it like we would a diaper. So you just get that beautiful fold, and we get these little tails sticking up. Then we're going to take a 6-inch terracotta pot, also in your kit, and all we do is settle the plant in the pot and fluff out the fabric. And you're going to end up with sort of a nice little border. Then, just to make sure that we're hiding the soil in the bottom, we're going to add some sphagnum moss. Just take it, break it into some strips, and just place it around the base of your plant. Blow off any of the soil that fell, and there you go. Okay. The next thing we're going to do is now we're going to be creating the classic Dr. Seuss shape. So with that, you need some wire. Okay, so you've got a paddle of wire in your kit. You just take that, don't open it all the way, just hold it in your hand. You're going to take that, you're going around the bottom of the tree, and then just twist it like a twist tie. And that's going to hold it in place. Okay? Now, a few things can happen when people are adding the wire to the tree. They can either go way too tight, and then it starts cutting the branches, or too loose. And when you do tighten up, you end up with wire bubbles. Okay? So what you want to do, kind of feel it like you'd be testing a pillow to make sure it's fluffy. Okay? So that's how tight you want to hold the tree. And all we're doing is wrapping up the tree. Wrapping up the tree. Right to the tip. Be careful when you get to the tip, because the wire can cut the branch. And then we'll just repeat this by going back down. Okay, cut off any excess wire that you might have left over. And then find a piece of the wire and then just put that through and give it a twist. Okay? And then you've got your basic shape. Now we're just going to very carefully bend the wire. If you overbend it, you can snap your tree, and we don't want that to happen. So you just carefully bend it. There will be a point where the tree is too stiff to bend, and that's how you can actually break your tree. So just give it very gently, give it a curl. The next thing you're going to find you have in there is some kinked decorative wire. Okay, it's got a nice shine and glitter to it to add a little bit of shine to the tree. And we're going to go around the tree a couple of times with that. So once again, you can just tie that like you would a piece of string. Just double knot it. Don't worry too much about what's going on down here, because as you can see, we cover up all our mechanics. We cover all that up. Okay, and then you just haphazardly, no rhyme, no reason with this. It doesn't have a lot of strength, which is why we use the other wire to hold it. This is just for adding glitter. Help reflect the light. Okay, once again, like the other one, cut off the excess, go around, and then just sort of twist it into any of the wires so that it doesn't spring out. Next, you're going to take your end bow, take one of the sharp pieces of wire from your kit, put it through the hole where the green wire, don't put it in the shining wire, but where the green wire was at the top, just feed it through there so it's hanging, give it a twist like a twist tie, then you can cut off the excess there. And there's the end to your Dr. Seuss tree. We're getting there. Also in your kit, you're going to have these little ornaments. We're going to pick those so that we can stick them in the tree. So with those, these do have a wire end to them. You wrap your pick with that. So now that we have done all of them, what we do is we want to put them into the tree. When you put them into the tree, make sure not to leave them out so you can see all that. You want to push them in. That's one of the reasons we don't want to go too tight, so all you see is the button. Okay? Sometimes you have to work around the trunk a little bit. So make sure that we push these in nice and tight. There we go. Now I left a little bit of a hole here because this is where our ribbon's going to go. Always make sure we have a good side to a ribbon and a bad side. So you just want to sit here and gather it up so you get a nice pleat. Flip it around. But see how now the bad side's there? So after you've gathered it, flip it over and then gather it again. Flip and gather. Flip and gather. Oops. Flip, gather. I could probably do a whole video on making ribbons. This is what I get asked for the most. I'm going to take that piece of wire, you're going to fold it in half, and then we're going to put it over our gather so it doesn't unravel, because what I did is I went back and forth and back and forth and back so that we take it at the middle point and it won't fall apart. Give it a pinch, make sure they're all the same even length, and then just twist it like a twist tie. Open up your ribbon, and this is, you've got a 5-point bow right there. Take your longer pick that you have, attach it to the bottom, you're going to want to make your pick a little bit shorter if it's too long, because it can't go through the bottom of the pot. We're just going to stick it in the soil there. Okay? At this point, quite often ribbon will fray, so you want to make sure you give it a fresh cut so you have a nice clean sharp edge. Okay? Now to follow that green and red theme, your kit, if you've got the green and red kit or the white, you're going to have snowflakes. If you've got the green, you're going to have this leaf. Once again, you're going to get your pick. This guy is wired, so make sure to give him some shape so he's not a flat leaf. Everything is about curves and dimension when you're dealing with a Dr. Seuss tree. Stick him in there. Then you've got these little twirly bits. Now your little twirly bits are a lot of fun because they're also wired. So what you get to do is open them up and twist them and and make them all look nice and funky. And we just stick those in wherever we feel like. There we go. Thank you.